Hey guys, it's Hans Hobbies, and this is my second video on the buggy conversion for my Redcat Landslide. So the first video that I released for this showed you guys putting the axles on, and that video is actually it's actually a video clip that I made for a kind of a compilation video I will make at the end of all this. I'll condense all of these videos into one short video uh, so that you guys can just watch one video to get an idea of how to convert your Redcat Landslide into an 8 scale buggy. So if you guys haven't seen my review of the Landslide, you can check that out at the end of this video. And if you have watched it, you guys would know that this thing is actually based on a 1/8 scale buggy. It's based on the BSD Racing Blazer XB buggy that is not actually available in the United States for purchase, as far as I am aware. But Redcat does still have all the parts to make the buggy version. They still stock all the parts for the buggy version, but they just don't sell the pre-assembled buggy. So, I've kind of started to collect a couple parts here and there to slowly try to convert this over to more of an 8 scale buggy. I just excuse me, I just thought it would handle a little bit better as an 8 scale buggy opposed to as a monster truck with the huge wheels and tires on it, and at a very like square stance as a monster truck. So I really wanted it to look a little bit more proportional to an actual like buggy or car or something like that. So the shorter axles for the buggy are on, but today I am going to do the wing mount, because for RC buggies at least, the wing is something that's very important. And I've kind of went for the literal term of buggy here with the Volkswagen Bug Baja body, but I still have the wing on here. And the wing is actually not attached right now. It's just like that. And I will go over what part numbers you need for the wing and also how to install the wing. So I'm going to bring this camera closer up. Again, sorry for my of having to film this huge truck on my desk, or buggy, I guess now it is, but having to film it on a tight space on my desk because just the way my life is at the moment. I am not. I am at the mercy of however my parents want to do, like organize the house, and they're busy doing a bunch of stuff to the house right now, so I'm kind of limited to my little space here. But you will need 3 parts to do the wing on your landslide, and these are the 3 parts you will need. So you obviously need the tail wing mount unit, and that will basically include this whole middle section right here. So let me take the wing off. The body clips are not included with any of this, so you have to source your own body clips, but that's not hard. So this entire part right here, from right here all the way up to here, this aluminum braces, this whole assembly, that's this piece right here. Part number BS819-029. I will have all the part numbers in the description below, so you can find these. So that's that. And then the second piece you need is the rear wing, which is obviously, you can see the part number there, which is obviously this huge wing here. This is also the same wing that comes on the Redcat Shredder, I believe. So it is not the same wing mount, but it is the same wing, I believe. So this wing, if you do break it, at least will be pretty easy to come by. So that's good to see. And then the final piece you'll need is actually this piece. You can see the part number right there. This is one of their older packaging, so, but that's the part number right there, the BS819-015, and that is actually what they don't actually call it anything on this packaging, but it's actually this piece right here, this little bracket piece right there. You need that to actually fully mount the wing to the truck. So, and I have it all assembled here. You can see the actual wing mount piece comes with these 2 screws, so you screw those in to this little block piece right here, And then obviously you just put your wing on and then source a couple body clips. It's the same size body clips as the actual body. So they are like 8 scale size body clips. So at least they're pretty beefy. So like that and like that. So the whole wing assembly is together now. And now bring the car over. And you can see I cut off the rear portion of the body here. And I'll actually take the body off just so it's easier for me to work on without it snagging or anything. So get that body off of there. And you can see the rear suspension of this. The rear bumper is usually right here. So what you want to do is basically just remove your rear bumper. And to do that, you will basically undo these 2 screws to undo the bumper from the bumper mount, or you can just, if you can reach it, just undo all the screws that attach it. So this bumper shock mount here, this is what's remaining of it on the rear. And there's basically 3 screws here. There's one up top here. They're all 2.5 millimeter hex screws. There's one here in the middle, and then there's 2 here in the at the bottom. And then this piece I told you about earlier, that's actually, we're going to be replacing this piece right here. On the truck version, it has this solid filled in piece, but we're going to have to take that out to replace it with the new buggy piece. And to take this part out, you have to actually detach the rear diff assembly from the chassis. So it's these screws right here, and the rear end of this should just come right out. So I will remove those screws. I will actually remove these screws at the bottom first, just because that will be a bit easier. Let me get my screwdriver out. If you don't have one of these, like all-in-one factory team or like wherever you can get it, these are really nice. It has a lot of basically all the bits you'll ever need to work on your truck or car. So that's very nice. So get my 2.5 millimeter out and just quickly undo these screws. So once you undo those, if your truck is stock, it should just come off. But if you've watched my review of this truck, you probably have this MC2 Racing upper deck brace. So if you do have that, you want to undo this top screw as well. That aside, then I also forgot you have to take out this screw actually as well. So that's the same size 2.5 millimeter screw. So we'll remove that one. This rear half of it should just come right off like that. So we can put the front half of the truck aside and just work on this rear half and maybe brush off some of the dirt and stuff while you're at it. So now we can remove this part right here. That's the part we're going to be replacing. And then right while we're here, we can also remove these screws at the bottom. It's a lot easier to access these bottom screws while you have the rear half of the truck off. So So it was kind of stuck in there because the plastic had actually like pressed together. So I had to kind of pry it off with a pair of pliers. But essentially this right here, this is what's remaining of my rear bumper. So if you have a full intact rear bumper, this part of it will be just your entire rear bumper. So now, what you want to do at this point is also actually take off these two top shock mounting screws, and those screws are 2mm screws. So I want to remove those. Now at this point you don't have to take the shocks off because we're going to put the screws right back in anyway. So now we take this fully assembled wing mount and wing assembly, and we perch this little slot here. There's a little aluminum piece right there. You want to lock that into there, and this gap right there, that will go in right there. Like so. So now we can see the bottom piece is attached and the wing is attached right here. Now the screws we took out for right here, I don't think they fit again. So you're gonna have to find hardware in there to mount these two screws right there. And then the reason we had to take the shocks off was because the upper mount of the wing mount actually screws in through the shock mount. So we have to actually put the shocks back on. And put the screw back in. So now those are on, and then we can reinstall the rear half of the buggy back onto the front half. Make sure you line up this rear drive shaft here. Make sure that's not loose or anything. I'll actually cut away and grab that without the camera in my face. So I just went ahead and put all of the screws back in. Make sure if you have the upper brace, you mount the diff and the upper brace on before you mount this screw right here, because otherwise it won't line up properly. And also don't forget to put on the two screws right here in the rear for the wing mount. I haven't done that yet. I will do that off camera, but don't forget about those. And it's starting to look a little bit more like a buggy. So slap the body on it real quick, and I think that looks pretty cool. So if you are interested in doing the buggy wing mod to your Landslide, this is how you do it and the part numbers that are available for it. So if you guys found this video helpful, enjoyable, whatever, please give me a like, subscribe, comment down below, all the good YouTube shenanigans, and I will see you guys next time.